Hey guys, how's it going? Good afternoon, or morning, or night, wherever you may be. Good to see you guys. It's been a while. It's been, well, I say it's been a while. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. Hang on, let me make sure I've got everything open. I feel like out of touch. I was trying to like fire up the stream today and get everything set up. Usually I get it set up in like 5 minutes, but today I was like, I'm forgetting something. So if I have forgot something, let me know. If the music's not playing or, you know, whatever. Crash, hello, how's it going? Ben, good to see you. Let's just get straight into it. No messing around. We got Ogres to kill. It is kind of getting to that point where it's like, I want it now. I want it now. I still don't mind the grind. It's not difficult. It's not bad. I've said all that before. But it is kind of at the point where I would like to progress the series now, ideally. Ideally. The Ben brothers are here in Twitch chat. Always nice. Good to see you, Ben. Kono, hello. Morganoth, how was RuneFest? I didn't go, mate. I didn't go. I'm so bad with stuff like this, where when there's an event happening, I always, like, think about it or hear about it too late. Like, someone will bring it up to me, like, oh, are you going to RuneFest? And I'm like, wait, I forgot about RuneFest. And then by the time I check, the tickets are gone and you're screwed. So I did not go, unfortunately. But it looked really good. I was looking at Twitter or X or whatever. Seems like everyone had a good time. Gonna get it this stream? I hope so, Will. I hope so. Hey, X, how you doing, man? Good to see you. It's been... I said earlier it's been a while. It hasn't. It's been, I think, a week. Was it last Wednesday, I think, was the last stream? So it has been a week. And in that week, I genuinely haven't, like... killed any ogres. I haven't done any agility on AI Cape. I didn't touch any editing software. I just had a week. So, time to get back to it. Time to get back to it. I got a lot to do. I have this feeling of being behind now. And not so much with just the ogres, but like, I gotta get a new, like, the next AI Cape edited, ready. I've gotta get on it. I gotta kill ogres. I gotta do that agility grind. Gotta get back to streaming. So, we're here for it. We're here for it. Long neck, how are you doing? Doing well. We're doing good today. I got my coffee here. I got everything I need. Dennis, hello, how's it going? Hopefully you get the drop. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you. That would be nice. What a way to come back, you know? It'd be a great way to come back to streaming, just to get the drop. That'd be awesome. 24-hour stream when? I was actually thinking about that the other day. Not thinking about it as in like considering it. Let's not mix those two things up. But I was just thinking about like, would I be able to do that? It would depend. It would depend. I would have to have like multiple things planned for the 24 hours, you know? I couldn't just do 24 hours of ogre killing, I don't think. Maybe I could, but I don't know. I think I would lose my mind. So it would have to be like 3 hours of ogres, then hop over to AI Cape for a few hours, then play some other random games, then maybe go back to ogres, you know. It's possible. Maybe one day. It would have to be a special event. Mickey, hello, how's it going? Good to see you. What drop you looking for? We're looking for the curved bone from these ogres here. It's a 1 in 5,000. We have killed almost 4,000, so we're getting close to the drop rate. It could be any minute, or it could be thousands of kills away, you just don't know. Pedro, let's go. Love an early Pedro.
I can feel it.
This stream, I can feel it. You know what? I hope so. I hope so. Thank you so much for the resub. Well, we got a Renar seed. You brought, like, some luck. That was pretty good. Is that the first resub? It might be. It might be. Thank you, Kono. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. Can we get this curved bone? I want a new chunk video. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I would love a new chunk video. I say this not often, but I have said this before, where I don't watch a lot of RuneScape content, which is weird. I watch like a bit. It's not like I'm keeping up with every chunk series under the sun, but over the last week, since I haven't been streaming or editing or anything, I've been watching a bunch, and it has just given me the itch, man. Like, I want to just get on with this. I want to roll a new chunk. I want to come up with new content ideas. I'm excited for it, but I can't do any of that until I get this bone. So I hope we get it today, Cloudy. I hope so. Edro Ben coming in.
A god reminder for all those Prime forgetters.
Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate it. Thank you. Resubs, eh? It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, Prime reminder, everybody. Prime reminder. You know, we're early into March. It's probable that you have a Prime kicking around. DJ, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you, man. Nantuko Avatar, still no Leo. I haven't had any good random events in a long time. I think I had like the Drunken Dwarf like 3 times in a row, which is not ideal. We are like well overdue a mystery box, I'm pretty sure. We haven't had a Leo in a long time. Speaking of long, the inventory is like starting to fill up a little bit with long bones now, which is not what you want. Not what you want. Whenever I want to drop, I don't get anything. Yeah, that's always the way, right? You always get the thing that you don't want. That's a good question, Morganoth. How much farming XP have you got with the seeds? I think it was X that was trying to get me to use the banked XP plugin to try and calculate that. But the banked XP plugin doesn't seem to work with seeds. I can only assume that's because, like, it depends how many herbs you're gonna get from the patch, and like your patch might die and stuff. So it's not as simple as just like calculating the banked XP. But I don't know. You could probably try and like approximately calculate it. I don't know. It's got to be like reasonably decent. I mean, just in terms of Renars alone, which is the nice thing, I've got 25. I think I might have 26. I think there's one in the bank, but I've got 25 Renar seeds. If you even just average said that was 5 Renars per seed, it's like 125 Renar weeds right there. That's pretty good, no? We've got some Snapdragons as well, some Qualms, Toadflax. I think we're doing quite well. I'm actually excited to do some farming on this account. Instead of Pedro, it should be Leo. No worries, Ben. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. Chunk series are so entertaining to watch, but I could never do one myself. I kind of thought that as well. I will say making content makes it way easier. You know, when you're streaming, even the most brain rot grinds suddenly become like, I don't know if I'd call them fun, but they become way more tolerable. And then just having that motivation of knowing that you need to get another video ready, that kind of thing. I don't know if I could do a OneChunk account if I wasn't doing it for content. I really don't. Is it just me, or does cranberry juice taste like it doesn't want to be wet? It does have that weird like mouth feel, doesn't it? I totally know what you mean. I do love myself some cranberry juice though. I would put cranberry juice in like A tier fruit juice. Was wondering when you'd go live again. Good luck today. Thank you, JP. Thank you. I was wondering the same thing, but today's the day. We're here. We're ready. And believe it or not, I'm starting to get sick again, man. I don't know what's going on. There's some kind of conspiracy going on, I swear. In like the last 3 or 4 months, I've been sick. This is my 4th time now. I feel like I've been sick more than I've been not sick. But we'll get through it. Maybe I need some cranberry juice. Maybe that's what I need. But right now, we just got coffee. It's the curved bone stress. Yeah, I need to get a doctor's note that says no ogre killing for the next 3 weeks. Apple juice is your favorite? Apple juice I would probably put pretty up there with cranberry juice for sure. Defense level, don't mind that. Oh, and a combat level as well. Let's go. I think orange juice is like straight S tier. A tier would be like apple and cranberry. I don't even know what other types of juices there are. Grape is like F, and I'm sorry any grape juice enjoyers. No, grape is like F tier. Grape, yeah, right? Just not good. Unless it's fermented. Then I'm all about it. Did I show you guys the necklace last stream? I don't remember. We got a Captain Arnav and we got ourselves a necklace, which is awesome because now we've like filled up every single slot. I mean, apart from the offhand, obviously, but that's because we're using the spear. We could obviously get the bronze square shield again, but yeah, we have like a full equipment slot now. And the gold necklace is like kind of cool. From the back, it looks like, you know, gold trimmed monk robes or something. It's pretty sick. How long are you planning on streaming today? Probably 2 or 3 hours, I would imagine. I never have like a strict plan in my mind. I just kind of go with the flow, really. What about cran grape? I'm also not a big like tropical flavors guy. Like mango's okay, pineapple not a big fan. How did we start talking about juices? I don't know. Fruit punch is a play for sure. Just curious, don't feel the need to answer it, but do you have a full-time job or is this your job? I have a part-time job. This is like my other half of a job. Does that make sense? I put the most hours into this though, for sure. It's gonna be pretty cool to see that KC at 4,000, honestly. This has definitely taken longer than a lot of content creators would do, you know. I feel like Settled would just do this for like 14 hours a day and be done in like a week. I don't have that kind of time, or, you know, I just can't, man. I just can't do that. So, you know, we could be a lot further ahead than we are, but it is satisfying to know that we're making progress. We're doing it. It feels good. What grind would you do 14 hours a day? Oh, agility. Agility. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm kind of not kidding, but I don't know. I mean, anything for 14 hours straight is going to be pretty terrible, isn't it? Realistically. It doesn't matter what it is. I can tell you're only sort of kidding. See, I'm a bit weird where the more brain dead the grind is, the longer I can do it for. The more like involved the grind is, the less I want to do it. Like running rooftop agility courses, I could do that for hours and hours and hours straight. No problem. But if it's like killing Zulrah, I can probably only do Zulrah for like an hour before my brain's just like mush. I just can't do it anymore. Sleeping for 14 hours is great. Even if I didn't work, there's no way I could grind like this for 14 hours a day. I know, it would be terrible. I mean, that was probably an exaggeration, to be honest, but even I was like watching, I'll jump into Frey, like Frey RS. I'll watch his streams from time to time, and he will kill the hellhounds for like 7 hours or something on stream, and I'm like, my god, man, crazy. Can't wait till you progress north and we can do community barbarian assault. That would be really cool. Anything community is always fun. I don't like grinds that are like not super active, but also not AFK enough that you don't have to focus at all. Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with that. You got it, Daryl. It's funny how, like, sometimes those things go unnoticed. I get it. I'm also guilty for that in other people's streams and stuff. I try to make it big and bright green so, like, people would see it, but I guess if you're just not looking over there, you might not see it, right? That's fair. Yickety, hello, how are you doing? You are late. Terrible. No, it's all good, man. Good to see you. Glad you're back on the grind. Thanks, Michael. Thanks. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. Herbivore's a fun grind I've been doing. Yeah, I like Herbivore. Herbivore, for me, is like, it ticks all the same boxes that Rooftop Agility ticks. Maybe that will, like, make you hate it. I don't know. I don't know what your opinion on Rooftop Agility is, but I love Rooftop Agility. So Herbivore to me is great. It's just click, run, click, run. That's all it is, right? Dude, Yickety, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for gifting us up. Congratulations, Hijinks. Thank you, man. Have you watched Josh Isn't Gaming, your OneChunk series at all? I have. I've watched, well, I'm fully up to date with that. I watch a lot of Josh's content. I've spoken to him a couple of times as well. He's a really nice guy. Super nice. But he's in a hell of a grind right now. He'll get it though, man. He'll get it. He just needs to, you know... I think you just have to, like, be careful with how much pressure you put on yourself, you know? These are OneChunk accounts. The grinds are mental, right? We're not all birth and limp work. We can't all do that, you know? But you just got to take your time. Take your time. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many viewers you have or how many people are watching. Dude. The Prime. We got the Prime. Thank you so much, Nantuko. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many viewers you have or how many people are, like, wanting the next video or whatever. If you, as the content creator, burn out, then the series is over, right? It's done. So the most important thing is that you don't burn yourself out. But he'll get it. I have faith. Even if it takes a year. That's the other nice thing about OneChunk accounts, is like, it doesn't... No matter how long the grind is, the viewers will come back. Like, yes, you will lose some along the way, but people expect OneChunk accounts to take a long time. You know, you could have 3 months between uploads, but people will be excited when it eventually drops, right? Take that free money. It is really nice that primes are a thing. I hope they stick around, because, yeah. God damn it, dude. This is not what I need right now. Where's my Quizmaster at? Where is it? Not ideal. No, I need a video today or I unsub Blue. Don't get burnt out, please. I will not. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You have to be a little bit selfish sometimes, you know? And just put yourself first. To an extent. Sandwich count? That's a good question. What is the sandwich count? Sorry, I'm trying to do 4 things at once. 3,000. No, 3,000. Yes, 3,972. Which is funny because that's like almost identical to the Ogre count. So there you go. It's pretty much 1 for 1 right now. Crazy. We did do a Barbarian Assault run with the full party from the clan the other day, by the way. I saw that, actually. I saw that. That's so cool. I'm glad you guys did that. It honestly was like low-key kind of heartwarming to see. It was like just really cool that you guys are hanging out and doing stuff together. I love that. I love when you guys are chatting in the Discord and in the clan chat. I think it's really awesome. Keep it up. Gotta take those breaks sometimes. 100%. Yeah, it's very important. That applies with everything in life, right? That applies with everything. Don't use macros in the Discord, by the way. Yeah, X will get you, man. He will get you. I'm back, no bone. No bone, unfortunately, Ben. I think we've probably killed 1 ogre in the time that you were away, to be honest. I haven't done Barbarian Assault in a long time. A long time. I should do that. Is the Barbarian Assault OneChunk guy, is he still doing his thing? He started it like years ago. I remember his starting chunk was Barbarian Assault, but like he has to get the pet, right? Which was like the killer. But I don't know if he carried on with it. I wouldn't blame him if he didn't. I don't even remember what it was called. At least I didn't miss it. No, you're good. Don't worry. No panic there. Gotta work off all the calories from them sandwiches with Sergeant Damien. At one point, like 3 weeks ago or something, we actually calculated how many calories worth of sandwiches we'd consumed. Can't remember what it was. It's got to be millions, though. BA Chunk Man, that was it. That was it. Oh, he stopped? Yeah, I don't blame him. That's quite crazy. A new BA Chunk Man started? Is it like a different guy? Or the same person? I guess it's a different guy. Oh, what did Scrungy get? Oh, he got a B ring. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys want to join the clan chat, by the way, you are more than welcome. Everybody's welcome. Blue OSRS is the name. You can join as a guest, and at some point I'll open up applications and let you in officially, if you so choose. We also have the Discord as well, ! Discord, if you want to hop in there. Got a bunch of cool stuff going on right now. The 2 most notable things we have going on right now are the Curved Bone guessing game, which I know a lot of you have guessed, but there are definitely a few people in the Discord that haven't put a guess in yet. You may as well do it. It takes 2 seconds. You just put a guess in the guessing channel, and if you are the closest to the KC, you guess the closest, you'll win I think it's like 83 mil right now is the prize. It's kind of crazy. Is the bot alive? Is the bot alive? I'll give it a minute, but the bot might need a restart. I will figure it out. No worries, Cloudy. Have a good day at work, man. Good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the bot. Let me try in YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be any different. Oh, let me see if I can figure that out. Let me get in the little... Oh, it worked on... That's weird. It worked on YouTube. What? Are you good? I hate technical difficulties, man. It's like literally the worst thing that I could ask for. It's just a nightmare. Let me see if I can restart it or something. wonder if the bot got like banned in the chat or something. That would be funny. Cloud bot. Twitch inactive. Why? Activate. There we go. It should now be working. It should now be working. That's weird. I don't know why it did that. But we're good. Nice. Welcome back, Streamlabs. Welcome back. Okay, we're all good there. Everything's good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're chilling. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Always fun. Always fun. But yeah, long story short, get in the Discord. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The other thing that we have going on in the Discord is the Go Bananas minigame that X has sort of coded and created. You just go in there and you plant virtual bananas. It's good fun. And the winner at the end of the month, whoever at the end of March has the most bananas, will win 10 mil. So even more ways to win some GP. Oh, I got the wrong screen open. 1 second. Perfect. Flesh Crawler, thank you for subscribing, man. Thank you. Pedro, Mr. Geek, MC Geek, sorry. Muck Geek, MC Geek. I'm gonna go with Muck Geek. I think that makes the most sense. Thank you so much for the Prime, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's correct. Perfect. I'm sort of renowned at this point for butchering people's names. And I feel like a lot of the time people are just like, yeah, that'll do. That's close enough. But no, let me know. If I'm saying your name wrong, tell me. Otherwise, you know, I'm going to say it wrong for the rest of time. So you got to let me know. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Josh, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. You might have stolen my luck. What did you do? What did you get? I'm nervous. Say my name again. Nantuko Avatar. Is that right? That's like phonetically, that's how it makes sense in my mind. Man, the terrible prayer flicking has not gone away. It's still the same. It is frustrating because I always say this, and it probably sounds like copium or whatever, but I was doing some ogre killing off stream. I think I killed like 92 ogres or something without running out of prayer. But the second I fire up the stream, it's like 10 kills and I'm done. That's good? Perfect. It is the Slayer of Ogres live. It is me. It is me. It's funny, one thing I didn't really realize, I was watching Bushy Boy do his Snake Man thing. And one thing that I underestimated, I guess, is how many chunks sort of nearby have ogres in them. Like, there are quite a lot. Like, south, particularly. So when we were sort of debating whether or not to block this task, I think it's very clear and obvious that no, we shouldn't block this task and we should just do it, because the odds of us rolling into ogres again in the future is like so likely. Yeah, the curved bone grind was just a matter of time. Exactly what I'm saying. I mean, you could argue that when, you know, if I rolled it, let's say 3 chunks south or something, maybe I would have some better gear and it might be easier, but I don't think it's worth taking that risk and using the block on it. We may as well just get it done. And hey, we're almost at 4,000 kills now. How bad could it be, right? Nobody clip that and play it to me in 6 months' time when I'm still stuck here. Definitely a nip it in the bud situation. 100%. I agree. So if you get the bone in the next 31 kills, will you get the KC 4K? Yeah, no, it just ended up being a clickbait title, if that's the case, on YouTube. I think the YouTube thumbnail's like 4,000 plus kills or something, so if we don't get it, if we get it before 4,000, then yeah, I've clickbaited you all, and I apologize. Surely you'll be hitting hard pity rate soon. I wish that was the case, man. I wish that was the case, but you know, RuneScape is a savage game. They don't care about what KC you're on. Nato Hapo, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Sorry, I just swallowed coffee right into the mic. I hope you didn't hear that. Freddy's only 2.2 times dry on a smoldering stone grind, you're fine. Yeah, that's wild. But he's like powering through them. I know he's got like his strategy or whatever going on, which is cool. But that's kind of what I was talking about before. Like, that's a level of playtime that I don't think I could achieve realistically. Not in my current situation, anyway. I don't think I could reasonably do that, you know? I don't think, anyway. But yeah, like, I watched his stream like a week ago or something. I'm gonna get the numbers wrong here, but I watched it like a week ago, and he was at like 18,000 KC or something, and now he's at like twice the drop rate. I'm like, how is this man doing this? Absolutely crazy. I've been killing ogres for like a month, and we're not even at the drop rate yet. Would you go on Sebe cast if invited? I would. I would. You know what? It's funny you say that, Mickey. I actually was watching the Josh Isn't one, and I was thinking like that would be really fun. That would be really cool. The only thing is, and this is like, I don't know. I almost feel bad saying this, but I just don't know anything really about Sebe or his podcast. That is the first time I'd heard of it and the first time I watched it. So I would feel a little awkward going on somebody's podcast that I just don't know anything about them, you know? It would be difficult for me to have like follow-up questions and stuff. You know, does that make sense? I don't know. I could definitely do my research, but it would just feel a bit awkward going on somebody's podcast that I don't know anything about. But I would love to. Honestly, that's the sort of opportunity that I think would be great. Josh's episode is one of the best ones he's put out. You'll be fine. He's a very good host. You'd catch on in no time. I got that impression too. As I watched it, I was like, okay, like, I've watched quite a lot of podcasts, and it can be quite obvious when the host maybe isn't as cut out for it. And that's nothing against those people. I don't think I'd be a very good podcast host. I just don't think I would. I think there are certain traits that make a good podcast host, and he definitely was killing it, man. Awesome. I was watching a podcast, oh man, like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's going to be completely obscure, but it was actually a FIFA YouTuber that was the guest, and it was a FIFA YouTuber that I used to watch a lot when I was younger, and I thought it was quite interesting, like, to watch it. So I watched the podcast, and the guys that were hosting the podcast were like very new to podcasting. I want to say it was literally like episode 1 or 2, and you could tell that it was literally episode 1 or 2. I'm sure they've probably improved over time, but one thing I noticed was, I'll just say it, the FIFA YouTuber's name that was the guest was called Nepenthes. You may or may not have heard of him if you're into that scene. If not, it doesn't really matter. The point is, Nepenthes started to talk about... Okay, so what I'm saying is, the hosts obviously had pre-prepared questions that they were going to ask during the podcast, which obviously that makes total sense. That's what you would do. If you were going to host a podcast, you want pre-prepared things that you can ask them. But they asked a question, and then Nepenthes went on this like 5-minute discussion about something quite deep and dark in his life that was like very personal, very intriguing, and you know, it was an interesting part in the podcast. And when Nepenthes kind of stopped talking, instead of the hosts like probing a little further or trying to discuss that topic a little more, they just read the next question. It was like completely an off topic, like totally change the subject. And I was like, no, you gotta like, you had something good there. You gotta stick with it a bit, you know? I would be terrible at it. I am in no position to talk. I would be, as I say, I'd be a terrible podcast host. But it was definitely noticeable that they maybe weren't as experienced. Sorry, I was rambling there, so I probably missed a bunch of your chats. That's another reason I'd be a terrible podcast host, because I just ramble. I don't know. Where was I up to? I'll refill some prayer while I read you guys. There are always things like grinding a stat to 99 with early level methods is always brutal. Yeah, I'm worried about that, Mark. There's definitely potential for that on the horizon. Definitely potential for that. Ranging Guild is quite nearby. Construction Cape won't really be an issue. What was the other one? Oh, agility. If I get like some dumb agility shortcut, I'll have to do like 90 agility with a dumb shortcut. So we're going to get stuck with stuff like that. I think these guys who do podcasts are generally pretty good at keeping the convo flowing. Yeah, exactly, Scrungly, yeah. Which definitely helps. Definitely helps. So what question do we have to ask to get you to talk about the dark part of your past? I don't think they're like maybe it would just be boring in that sense, because there's nothing really like that to discuss, you know? I'm quite blessed in that sense. Good childhood, good life. That'll be it. That'll be the podcast. Be like, hey, today we've got Blue. Tell us a bit about your life. I'll just say, yeah, good childhood, good life, and that'll be the end. But no, in summary, short answer, I would love to. I would love to. I think being on a podcast would be so much fun. I think being on a podcast would be even more fun if I was like not drunk, but if I'd had a few beers, you know, so you could kind of like chill a little bit, ease the nerves. I was watching Link do his drinking stream the other day. He's trying to do barrows. Man, he had like one of those spin the wheel things where like, I don't know, if someone donates or subs or whatever, he spins the wheel. And he had to do something like 4 shots of vodka just in one go. I was like, oh my God. So he did them. He did the 4 shots of vodka literally in one shot. And like 10 minutes later, he was like, okay, this stream's done. You could tell over that 10 minutes that the vodka was like destroying him. He didn't like do anything silly or embarrassing or whatever. It was just like, you could tell that 4 shots of vodka hit hard, and he was like, all right, I think that's enough. Chunkman collab when? I was thinking about that as well, Nantuko. Yeah, it's funny because so many of us Chunkmen are like really close to each other now. Like really close to each other. Bushy Boy is literally in my chunk. Mikaru's like, I think he's in Ardy, right? So he's right there. Josh is very close. Imagine we all like got to the same chunk and then we all just ended our series and just started a group Ironman. But we had all the other chunks unlocked. I have no idea how that would even work. It just wouldn't even make sense. But it would be funny to do this together. Actually, you wouldn't even need to do that. You could just continue the series, but play as if it was a group Ironman. You wouldn't be able to like. It would still be these accounts, so you wouldn't be able to do the like trading between group Ironman thing. We would still be individual Ironman, but you could like link the tasks. So if we were doing the curved bone, for example, if just one of us got the curved bone, it would count, you know? Something like that. That would be honestly sick. I mean, nobody's going to want to do that because these guys have invested so much time in their series. They're not going to want to just suddenly change everything and whatever, but that would be a lot of fun. OneChunk and sailing is going to be something. Yeah, it's funny. Obviously, they're doing like the beta or the alpha pretty soon, right? Whatever it is. I'm a little bit scared that the skill cape might be like somewhere near me. I don't think it would. I mean, realistically, it's bound to be in Port Sarim, right? Does that not make the most sense? Or maybe it's on some weird new island or something. I don't know. But imagine it was at like Port Khazard and I had to get 99 sailing. Imagine. Sene, thank you very much for the follow, man. I'm definitely butchering that name as well, so let me know. Let me know. 100% Port Sarim. I think you're probably right. Have you got Torstal Seed yet? I do... No. I thought I did, actually, but no, I don't. I think I was mixing up with Toadflax. No, I don't. Super excited for us probably not having any missing chunks anymore when sailing releases. Yeah, that'll be cool. The world map for a long time now has had these like big voids, hasn't it? Like big missing spaces. I don't know if they'll fill those though, will they? Because like a lot of those voids will still be like future content, surely. Maybe I'm wrong. Port Sarim makes sense from a nostalgia perspective. Port Piscarius maybe for moving Skill Cape to somewhere not mainland. I agree, Ben. I think that makes sense. The other thing I can see them potentially doing is like adding a new island that's like this sailing hub where it's like, you know, a land of pirates and sailors and whatever else. Kind of like a Corsair Cove type thing, but like its own separate island. I don't know. Totally just speculating. Good luck. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. I need all the luck. I do need all the luck. I'm a fan of keeping skill capes in OG areas. I agree. I agree with that. Just not too close to me. But no, I that makes sense to me. Yeah. Mauritania seas need vampirates. Very good. Very good. I approve. The latest sailing alpha blog post had eagle-eyed explorers will notice that the coastline around Menethos is no longer a big blank hole. While we have every intention of unveiling that great city one day, as the desert storylines progress, that'd be a bit much to bundle into the sailing project. You'll be welcome to sail around the coastline at a distance, but you won't be able to dock there for now. Interesting. Interesting. I am so out of the loop with the sailing stuff. Like, I haven't read anything about it. Are you essentially going to be able to, like, free roam then? Like, in a boat? Like, manually travel around? I don't know if we have any of this information yet, but I kind of assumed sailing would be more like a charter ship, where you would just say, chartered from Port Sarim to Catherby, and then en route there would be like mini games, or, you know, you gotta repair the boat, or you gotta do this, or whatever. I didn't think it would be like actively you would be in control. Yep, you'll be able to see boats at Catherby fishing spots. What? Imagine you just get membership for the first time. You don't know anything about anything. You're at Catherby catching lobsters, and then there's just like an armada of boats just sailing around. Oh my goodness. You'll be able to ram into Josh if you meet him on the seas. I'm curious what that's going to do for OneChunk accounts, because does that make the ocean like unlockable chunks? Theoretically? You know, if you unlock a port where you can start sailing or whatever, does that make this blank spot in the middle of the ocean unlockable? I'm so confused and nervous and excited and... Oh my god. It'd have to, right? If you have a boat access. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would have to. I mean, there's probably no tasks. Although maybe there is, because like if there's like... I don't know. Again, I know nothing about the skill, so I'm fully just pulling stuff out my ass here. But like, if there was like a coral reef at this certain spot in the middle of the ocean where there was like rare fish or something, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there would be chunk tasks in the middle of the ocean. What if they make official sailing worlds and they boost fishing rates at Catherby when boats are nearby? So then Catherby fishing becomes a thing again. That would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Although, would boats in the area not make, like in a real world sense, would boats in the area not make fishing rates worse? They have some icons in the middle of the ocean too in the alpha map. Interesting. I need to look at this stuff. I need to look at this. If someone wants to like link me the alpha map or the alpha blog or whatever in the Discord, do it, and I will read up on it after the stream. Unless there's some kind of upkeep for your boat which you can't get reliably. Yeah, that's true as well, X. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be complicated. As long as the people that make the chunk picker, the chunk picker website or whatever, as long as they keep on top of the updates and stuff, then we'll be all good. Oh, thank you so much for the link. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I will check that out after the stream. I'm curious. That's something I need to be better at, is keeping up with, like, RuneScape news, essentially. I'm bad at keeping up with news in general, like real-life news, in-game news, whatever. I just play the game and see what happens, right? But now I'm like making content and streaming and stuff, like it's likely that people are gonna want to discuss it, and if I'm just fully out of the loop, then it's a bit useless. It's OSRS, not the real world. No. This is the real world, Yickety. What you think is the real world is actually just the game. OSRS is the real life. We should host a race to 99 sailing stream. That would be quite cool. That would be quite cool. Depends what the XP rates are, I suppose. If it's like 20k XP an hour, then it's going to take like weeks, isn't it? But that would be sick. Sending good luck from Lithuania. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We're getting good luck from all over the world right now. I just need it to, you know, come into action here. It would be so hyped to get it on stream, though. It would be so hype. You need the bone and then the chunk is done? Correct. Yes. The bone is the last thing we need. The only other somewhat annoying grind in this chunk was 58 cooking, which we got. It was a little painful, but we did it. Have you seen... Oh god, I'm gonna butcher this name. Made Sun shows. Made Sun? Made Sun shows OSRS series. I have not. as you can probably tell by the fact that I couldn't get through the name. No, I haven't even heard of that. I'll have to check it out. What is it? What's the series, Grady? Like, what are they doing? Oh, Mad Season Show. I probably could have put that together, to be fair. I probably... Oh my god. Listen, my brain's on slow mode today. I probably should have been able to put that together. Coolest thing about sailing to me is the ability to go back near Tutorial Island, and maybe if you can get close enough, fuck with people doing the tutorial. That would be really funny, actually. That would be really funny. I'll go and refill my prayer before we die. I'm actually going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Be right back. Well, I wonder if I can do this. Can I scam you guys? Hang on. Hold. How do I do it? How do I do this? Oh. Ha! Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and you guys are gonna get an ad. I'll be right back. All right, just like that. So close to 4K. It's gonna feel good, man. It's gonna feel good. Oh, right. Grady was telling me about this guy. He's a classic WoW guy and never played OSRS. He's doing 100% quest completion with no guides. Oh, that's cool. So, like, yeah, so kind of like Alien Food, but without prior knowledge. That's pretty sick. I like that. I like those kind of crossovers, you know? Like when Jimmy went to play WoW Classic. Or when he played RuneScape 3. Same kind of concept. It's pretty cool. I'll check that out. Should I do that? I've never played WoW. Do it, mate. Do it. Does WoW have guides like OSRS? I would assume so, Yickety, yeah. I mean, it's a huge game, right? I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Oh, they have an in-game quest guide. Tells you exactly what to do and where to go. Okay. I guess that's like a little less interesting then. Can you like deactivate that though, Kono? Remember being hooked when Sick Nerd did RS3 for the first time? I do need to try out the whole RS3 thing, but maybe one day. No, it's literally how their quests work. Ah, damn. That sucks then. Oh, we're gonna descend the desk. Hang on. Alright. I haven't played WoW, but that guy said that quests in WoW are nothing like quests in OSRS. It's not puzzles and games and thorough storylines, more like go kill X amount of Y for me. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely less interesting, for sure. RuneScape does a very good job of their quests. Like, as much as some of them are bad, and we discuss how bad some of them are, or, you know, like one small favor or whatever, but at least they are kind of unique in that sense. They're not just like fetch quests or mindless things. That's what we have Slayer for, right? Yeah, one small favor is a funny quest. One day I would like to go through all the quests and like actually soak in some of the lore a little bit. I know that kind of stuff's been done before, but I'm following the optimal quest guide and only just got piety. I've never used that, like the activity advisor thing, or does anyone use the the wiki? Right. Does anyone ever use the activity advisor, honestly, though? Like, even as a new player, I feel like it's not going to be that useful. WoW quests fail under a few categories. It's kill X amount of Y, collect this item from these enemies, go interact with this item surrounded by this enemy, kill this big bad guy, etc. Yeah, I mean, that definitely leads to a more... it leads to a less interesting experience, for sure. I guess if you want to play the game with no help whatsoever besides what's in the game, sort of like unguided. That's true. That is true. I've only looked at the activity advisor like once, and it just felt a bit random. Like, if the activity advisor was powered by like an AI of sorts that could, I mean, as someone who is doing an AI-guided series, I can confirm that it's maybe not that great, but it would be less random, you know? I feel like the activity advisor just looks at what quests you haven't completed and says, yeah, go do this quest. Whereas in reality, it might be more efficient for you to, I don't know, train up a skill or go buy a certain item from the Grand Exchange. Something like that. But maybe that would be a bit too hand-holdy for new players. Because, I mean, a lot of the fun of RuneScape, right? If we go back, you know, 20 years to when we all started playing this game, a lot of the fun was the, like, we don't know what we're doing, we're just exploring, killing goblins. I had no clue the activity advisor gave rewards, even for Ironman. Iron to adamant swords and shields and stuff. X, that is news to me. That is news to me. I had no idea. Has anyone done an activity advisor series on YouTube where you just follow the activity advisor? I assume somebody must have done that. Hey, Green Team Games, how's it going, man? It's going well. Yeah, no, we took a bit of time off there. We did take some time off, but we're back. We're about to hit 4,000 kills. So we're well into it. We're getting close to that drop rate. I still am confident that I'll get it before the drop rate. I don't know why I think that. Maybe it's just misplaced optimism. But I feel like it's going to happen. Activity Advisor versus ChatGPT. That would be interesting, yeah. There's one video on it, and it's a one-part video. Oh, okay. Okay. FC Gog, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Like, how far does the activity advisor go? Surely there's a point where the activity advisor's got, like, nothing else to give you, right? Like, if you have the quest point cape, what else is the activity advisor even telling you at that point? Love the last AI cape video with you arguing with the AI. Yeah. We're probably going to get some more of that, I would assume. My plan is to have the next episode out at the end of this week. I know I said that last week. Ended up taking, you know, a bit of a break. So end of this week, I will have episode 8, is it? I lose track of the episode numbers. I think it's episode 8. Maybe it's episode 9, actually. Not sure. Maybe Achievement Diaries? Yeah, maybe. You guys seen World of RS? Currently in development. It's basically RS2 in the WoW Classic engine. What? That's crazy. I'll have to check that out, Codename. That sounds really cool. It basically guides you to 30 attack and only a handful of intro quests. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. That's kind of lame, then. It would be funny if the activity advisor had no end, though. Like, you're a maxed account, and it's like, you know, go and do raids 3 until you get Tumakin's Shadow. Well, this is it. Kill number 4,000 right here. Did anyone guess 4,000? Because this could be your moment. Could be it. Pause. Hold. We ready? What do we think? Is it going to be exactly on 4,000? There's a 4,001 guess from Snake Boy. This could be it. This could be it. Oh, that was so anticlimactic. I thought that was going to be like a one bonk kill. It was not 4,000. Imagine though. All right, this one's for Snake Boy then. This one's for Bushy. Congrats on 4K. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It looks good, man. It looks good up here. 4,000. Now, as long as it never gets to 5, we'll be quite happy. That's the aim here. If it's 4,999, I'm totally okay with that. Just don't go to 5. All right, is it right? No. Well, the milestone KC has passed. Now we're just back into the abyss of endless killing. 5 is still under drop rate. It's true. Yeah, it's 5,012, I think, is the drop rate. Marsvin, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. If I had confetti, I'd be pretending to throw it. Not actually throwing it. That stuff's a pain to clean up. Yeah, whoever invented confetti, like, it's just not a good idea, is it? Imagine being in the boardroom with the guy that came up with the idea for confetti. He's just like, yeah, we're going to have these tiny pieces of colored paper. And then when something special's happening, you just throw them. The guys are like, what? Just like on the floor? Like, you're just going to throw pieces of paper at people? Yeah. No, it's a good idea. Look at that clever mousework circle in the KC that you don't actually see beneath the map. I'm glad I didn't go unnoticed, X. Thank you. You know, I'm just a genius. Whoever invented confetti had a whole bunch of extra colorful paper that they needed to figure out how to sell. I read a conspiracy the other day. I don't know if you can call it a conspiracy, but it was like there are only like 2 manufacturers in the world that make glitter, and they're both like very close to each other in the same country or something. I don't know how true it is, but what is glitter? Does anyone know what glitter is? Is it? It can't be plastic, surely. How do they make it shiny? These are the types of questions that I like. Sometimes I just don't want the answer to them. Like, having the mystery is sometimes more exciting than actually just knowing the answer, you know? But it's just microplastic. Is it really? How is it shiny then? How do they make it shiny? It's a government secret. It is made of plastic. That's kind of crazy. They won't tell you who they sell it to either. Oh my god. Per internet, it's often made of plastic, metal, or biodegradable materials. Okay, so can we, like, you know, make a startup where we make, like, paper glitter or something? Or fully biodegradable glitter? Feels like there's a gap in the market here. That's crazy. Sometimes I wonder how we get onto topics like this, you know? Could you make glitter out of wood? What if you just put some, like, sparkly shit in a bunch of sawdust? You know? Saw a video about someone trying to get to the bottom of glitter. It's all manufactured by a single umbrella corporation, and they refuse to tell journalists how it's made, who their biggest buyers are, etc. What? Why is there such a glitter conspiracy? I love that. Love that kind of stuff. All about it. It's more secret than Coca-Cola. Maybe it's Coca-Cola that's making glitter. Maybe glitter is an ingredient in Coca-Cola. Conspiracy thickens here. It's the glitter mafia. That's what they use at the Super Bowl and stuff. It's just stuffing paper shredded up and launched into the air with cannons. That makes sense. That makes sense. I was about to say something like kind of messed up. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll not say that one. Do it, please. Well, I was gonna, like, 'cause I was trying to think of other things that you could make glitter out of, like, you know, sawdust, or, I don't know, other stuff like that. And then I was thinking, like, could you theoretically make glitter out of, like, ashes? Like human ashes? Basically just, like, cremate someone and then make it sparkly. And then you could, like, I don't know, do whatever you do with glitter. But then I kind of realized it's a bit messed up, so I stopped myself. But now you've made me say it anyway, so yeah, there you go. I mean, listen, I would be quite happy. I wouldn't mind being turned into confetti. I think that's a, you know. Oh no. Go skydiving with a sparkly cremation glitter ash. I think that's not a bad idea, to be honest. Burn me down and put me in a party popper. I think there's a good idea in there somewhere. We just haven't hit the nail on the head yet. Glitter is like glizzies. It's repurposed byproducts and it's very bad for health. Deteriorates into microparticles and the environment. Maybe glitter and glizzies are made by the same company, you know? That would make sense. Kazator, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, we need the look. We'll get it. We'll get it. My plan this week is to, well, the primary focus is to get the next episode of AI Cape prepped and ready. I want to spend quite a lot of time on that. But in any downtime I have, I think I'm just going to be bonking ogres. I want to really crack on with this now. Maybe glitter is just shiny asbestos. Never thought glitter would be such a controversial topic. Anything's a controversial topic if you want it to be. Anything. I've seen people working with raw wood pieces. The dust is captured by a vacuum and is resold. You can do lots of things with actual sawdust. Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I used to work for... it was like a restoration company where we mostly worked with wood. And, yeah, we would also bag up all the sawdust and stuff. Sawdust can be used for a bunch of stuff, right? You can actually, like, make wood, essentially, with sawdust, like MDF and stuff like that, right? That's what MDF is. Yeah, exactly. There you go. As I said it. I used to love woodworking. Like, I think if I had, like, a massive garage or something, or like a big workshop, that's what I would do. I would do a bunch of woodwork and stuff. In all fairness, if you were that bitter of a person, you'd want to make yourself glitter from ashes and send it to everyone you dislike. But yeah, good luck cleaning me up. Get the dust buster out. I spent $2,000 on woodworking tools about 2 years ago. It's almost all still new in a box. Just haven't got the motivation to go learn. Feel free to send it to me. P.O. Box. I would love that stuff. My dad does a lot of that, actually. He has like a lathe, like a woodworking lathe, and he makes like all kinds of cool stuff. Just for fun, you know. Every time he comes and visits, he always brings me something. It'll be like he made like a snowman, like a little wooden snowman. Mushrooms, little wooden mushrooms. Apparently the biggest glitter buyer is the boat/marine industry. I'm just going to make sure I'm not dying here before I read that. Okay, we're good. Boat/marine industry, they mix it in the paint to make scratches more visible. So they're more visible to repaint since metal and salt don't mix that well. That's kind of cool, actually. That's kind of cool. That makes sense. The more you know. See, did you guys really think you'd be learning today? When you fired up this ogre bonking stream. But here we are, we're learning things. It's good. Make sure the way to use glitter is to make sure you're not the one who has to clean it up. Yeah, exactly. If you give me an address, you're getting a custom mouse pad. Take what you can get. Listen, I don't even have a mouse pad right now. I still don't have one. I'm just like, I had like a desk mat, you know, like the full size thing goes under your keyboard and stuff. I think I spilled coffee on it, so I threw it out. I tried to clean it, but it was like fully stained. So I threw it out, and I just haven't replaced it. So I'm just raw dogging the mouse on the desk, and have been for a while. I might have to hit you up on that, X. We're bonking the ogres on the heads and filling our own heads with information. Exactly. Out of context, that was the sentence. Well, yeah, yeah. There were probably better ways I could have worded that, I suppose, but it got the point across. Get me an address and I'll get something sent your way. I will do that, X. I will. Just have to not dox me. Maybe I'll just give you an address like 100 kilometers away from me, and I'll go and pick it up. I don't even fully understand what a PO box is. It's just like a pickup location, right? Like a generic, like at a post office or something, I guess. But I assume you have to pay for that. Yickety, I read that like as it's supposed to be sung out loud. It's in the boxes at the post office, and yes, you pay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know if there's any point in getting one, but yeah, I can see that would make sense. Do your neighbor's address just in case I'm a crazy stalker. It's a locked personal mailbox with your home address attached to it. Yes, you have to pay. Okay, that does make sense. It's more for businesses. Yeah, yeah. Is there a setting to turn off the alerts when you try and pickpocket when you're stunned? Oh, that makes sense. I should do that because yeah, it's very annoying. I should do that. Good shout. PO box is good for when you're getting things delivered to you when you don't want to give out your address, or if mail doesn't deliver to where you live. That, yeah. I don't know if I would use it enough to make it worthwhile. I could look at like how much it would cost. Not that I expect you guys to send anything, but like there have been, you know, sponsors have reached out and stuff, and sometimes they want to send you stuff. And as much as you can probably trust a sponsorship company or whatever, you also just don't want to be dishing out your address willy-nilly, right? That is another good point, Turtle. Yeah, like most of the deliveries I just get dropped on the porch, and it's like, you know, I might not get home for another 6 hours or whatever, and I'm like, this thing's just been sitting out here all day. Which is also not ideal because, you know, where I live, the weather's very extreme. So depending on what it is that's getting delivered, it's sitting out there in the minus 40-degree cold for however long, or the plus 30-degree heat. Yeah, exactly, X. Exactly. Yickety, I hope that's a joke. Okay. I was like a millisecond away from timing that out for your own safety. What's Freedom saying? It's a lot, yeah. Costs me like $70 every 6 months. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. Like approximately $11, $12 a month, something like that. Damn, you could he just doxed me. Imagine. X, how's the 3D printing been going? That's always something I've been curious on. I genuinely don't know if I would make them, like, get the maximum use out of a 3D printer. I don't think it would be worth it for me. It would be, like, very niche things that I would make, but... I do want one of those 3D printed basketballs, though. I don't know if you guys have seen those, but they look so sick. I don't even play basketball. I don't particularly enjoy basketball. But it's just the kind of random thing that I would enjoy having around. I would mostly probably just print, like, OSRS game models and stuff like that, you know? I love it. It's good fun. I personally print things that resolve problems rather than print trinkets and doodads like a lot of people. Yeah, I think I would do like a mix of both. The thing for me is like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something in my life that's happened recently where I've been like, oh, this would have been really useful to print. And I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Which probably just tells me I don't need a 3D printer, you know? How easy is the software? Like, you can I guess you can download models already, but like if you wanted to make your own, is it like quite complicated? Like, I'm somewhat familiar with like CAD software and stuff like that. I assume it's reasonably similar. Back from my engineering days. Are you excited for baseball season? Yes and no. Mostly no, Mickey, I'll be honest. I'm just purely because I'm just not a baseball watcher. I don't really follow it. That being said, you know, we do have a local team here, and it's quite fun to just go and watch, you know? Even if you're not necessarily interested in the sport, going to live events and stuff like that is a lot of fun. Will Blue get the bone, or will Blue get boned? I guess you'll have to watch this episode and find out for yourself. Yeah, I use Solid Edge, then you just export it as a 3D print file. It does sound really cool. How much does it cost to get into 3D printing? But I don't even answer that, because there's no way I need one or want one or anything. But I'm just gonna end up in a rabbit hole here. This is a bad idea. Don't even tell me. You glad that Sunderland's up to 4th in the table? I actually am. I obviously detest Sunderland. It's a natural born hate. It's nothing personal. But I would love to see them back in the Premier League. I really, really would. I mean, the likelihood is if they get promoted, they'll go straight back down. And that's not because they're a bad team or whatever. It's just the way our leagues are set up right now. It's so difficult for a championship team to come up and stay up. It's very, very difficult. But just to have some derby games back again in the league, oh man, it would be so good. It'd be so good. I'm engrossed in the person doing the entirety of Lumbridge in a 3D printer. Me too. He's not, unless you're thinking of someone else, Dylan, I think he's just, what's the word? Using foam, right? I don't know if he's 3D printed anything. But it would be cool to 3D print the whole of Lumbridge. Unless there is somebody that's doing that. Actually, you should get on that. You should 3D print the entire RuneScape map. Surely that would be easier than using foam, right? You could get the exact shapes, the exact models, and all the details and stuff, and then all you'd have to do is paint it. Unless I'm just wildly ambitious on how good 3D printing is, I have no idea. Your team sat in mid-table, Ice Pick. What's your team? Tons of time in printed though. Yeah, that's my extremely limited knowledge of 3D printing is, yeah, I've seen a lot of people that are like, it takes a long time. And am I correct in saying that like if the print gets like disrupted halfway through, it's essentially ruined? Because I have seen videos where someone's tried a print that takes like 24 hours and halfway through they had like a power cut or something and they basically had to like restart it. Approximately 200 US? Oh man, it's like nothing. Don't... Oh man, you're gonna get me tempted on this. Used AutoCAD for my 3D models, was super hard to learn. Yeah, AutoCAD I'm like reasonably familiar with. I mean, I haven't used it in years, so it would be a bit of a learning curve to get back up and running with it. But yeah, I used to use AutoCAD a lot. I fear Swansea forever championship bound. Yeah, it's honestly, it's so difficult, man. And Ice Pick your QPR. It's really tough because, yeah, the second you get into the Premier League, all of a sudden you've got so much more money, so much more TV rights. So the people that are currently in the Premier League have so much more money than the people in the Championship, just due to the nature of being in the Premier League, which allows them to make their teams better. So when a team comes up from the Championship, they're already so far behind, it's really difficult for them to stay up, you know? If you just look at the last few years, teams have just come up and gone straight back down. And then they might come straight back up again, but they'll go straight back down. It's very difficult. Man City's about to go down. Do you think so? Do you think so? I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Again, not the random that we need right now. Sorry, Posty Pete. Sorry, Molly. You do? Yeah, I'm very unsure what's going to happen. I'm very unsure. It's all just a bit weird, isn't it? Like, I was very confident they were going to go down, but when Pep signed his new contract, and then Haaland signed like a 9-year contract or whatever it was, and then they spent like 200 mil in January, I'm like, do they know something? Do they know that they're fine? Like, I don't really know. It's a bit weird. But the whole punishment system for that is just bizarre anyway. I mean, I'm a Newcastle fan, and our owners have billions and billions and billions of dollars. But we are constrained by the financial fair play and the PSR and everything else. But my thing is like, well, would it not be, rather than just trying to comply with all these rules and the team is essentially not going anywhere because we can't really invest, why don't we just completely break all the rules, build a mega squad, get absolutely hammered with points deductions and maybe even relegation, but who cares? Because now you've got this mega squad. So yes, you're sacrificing a season by taking a huge points reduction or whatever as a penalty, or fines or whatever it is, but the next season you're going to be golden, right? I don't know, it's strange. The Haaland contract, word on the street is that if they are punished, he can void his contract. I can see that being a clause in his contract for sure. That would make sense, definitely. I'm American, but my best friend is originally from Hounslow. So when I got into the sport, I adopted their team. First game I ever watched was the playoff final against Derby. That's a great first game to watch. Alright, I'm just going to fill up my water real quick. I'll be right back. BRB. Alright, water acquired. What are we missing? There's already some news that they will not get a big punishment. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I don't... See, I read somewhere that relegation might not even be possible because as much as it's all governed by the FA, which is like all of the leagues together, the championship is kind of like run by different systems and stuff, so you can't really just send them into the championship or lower. You can't really do that. You can give them a 100-point deduction, which will relegate them, but but just saying straight up you're being sent to League One or whatever, I don't think they can do that. Could be wrong. Top flight players would leave / buy out contracts upon relegation, not having a chance at Europa / Champions League or even just a chance to play in the Prem would be a deal breaker for them regardless of wages. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm sure there'd probably be some players that stick around, like maybe people who are like reasonably close to retirement might stick around. Like Kevin De Bruyne might decide to stay. I mean, how old's he now? He's got to be like 30, 32 maybe. Or maybe he's not actually. I don't know. Yeah, sorry Americans. We've entered the soccer segment of the stream. We've talked about fruit juice, glitter, 3D printing, and soccer so far this stream. Seems like a pretty standard blue stream, if we're being honest. What's the Discord? !Discord, Turtle. We'll give you a link. You can join on in. There you go. Ben's got you. Get yourself on in there. If you look for your first port of call, I guess, should be the guessing channel. What's it called? I think it's called Guessing Game. Go in there, type /guess, and put in a guess for what KC you think I'll get the curved bone on. And if you're closest, you'll win. I think it's about 83 mil. So it's well worth doing. After that, head to Go Bananas and start planting your banana trees. If you have the most bananas at the end of the month, you win 10 mil. So there's a few things going on right now. And then if you have any pets, put them in pets. I like scoping out your pets. I'm getting my puppy on Saturday morning, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, I've never been so excited in my life. I'm an American, but my favorite sport is sumo. Really? That is wildly obscure. I love it. Kind of dog you're getting? It's a golden retriever. It's currently 9 weeks old. Sadly, no pets at the minute. Moved to London for 2 years with my girlfriend, so no pets till we move back to Australia. That's pretty cool. Is that just a travel thing, Turtle, or like for work, or how are you finding London? How are you finding it? You have a name yet? I do have a name. It's going to be called Bailey. Or he's going to be called Bailey. Oh, she's doing a postdoctorate. That's pretty cool. Not a big fan of cities, so not enjoying it, but traveling's affordable. I feel that, yeah. I feel that. This is my first time, like, really living in a city, and it's definitely different. Definitely different. It's nice having, like, everything you need so close, but I don't know, it's a different vibe for sure. It's a different vibe. Accidentally closed my chat. Come back. There we go. Still no third monitor, by the way. Still no third monitor. One day. It's weird how, like, my brain thinks about expenses like that. Like, if it's going out for some beers, or going out for dinner, or, you know, getting food delivery, or stuff like that, it's like, whatever, man. Just pay for it. It's fine. But the second it's an actual thing, like a third monitor, I could get a third monitor pretty damn cheap, just, like, used. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's literally just going to have the chat on it. But I'm just like, no, I don't want to spend that money. It's weird. Golden Retriever inbound? Absolutely, man. Can't wait. When I visited London, the first thing I smelled was piss. That's probably an accurate description of London, to be fair, yeah. third monitor is not natural for most people. That's true. The 2 monitors is like fine, but quite often I'll just click away to make sure that the stream's still running or whatever, and then all of a sudden all my chats have disappeared, OBS is closed, I've got to like pull everything back up again. It would be quite nice to have a third monitor where that stuff just sits. I don't have to touch it. Look at that, a no fail gummy right there. That was nice. You're working with 4 monitors right now. That's nuts. That's the dream. I want one of those that like where the monitor's like on top of your primary monitor, if that makes sense, like at an angle. So like 2 on top of each other and then 1 either side. Triangle layout monitors is OP. 2 on the bottom, 1 on top. 2 on the bottom, 1. Oh, right. That would be quite cool. That would be quite cool. I have a program to force programs to stay on top even if you click off. That might be what I need to do, Ben, just for the time being. That's my setup personally, much enjoy. I thought your setup was laptop on lap, 80-inch TV on wall. Wife alongside. Yeah, but chuck it in the Discord, Ben. That would be good. That would be good. I used to use a 3440 by 1440 monitor and a 5120 by 1440 monitor back home. Basically 2 screens in one. 5120 by 1440 is not great for gaming though. That's fair. I can see that. That's crazy though. I've always been curious about those like mega wide monitors and how they like function. Like when you put an application in full screen, does it literally go full screen or does it just go like... Do you see, does what I'm saying here make sense? If you have like an extra wide monitor and you put an application in full screen, does it fill the entire screen? Or does it just go to like the normal 1080p size? Or 1080p, you know what I mean? 19 by 6, 16 by 9. Good lord. My brain is mush. Depends on the program, mostly does stretch it. Okay. Because, yeah, I don't know if that would be, like, super useful to me. My setup's laptop on desk, cell phone propped on laptop. Hey, if it works, it works. I've been debating getting a laptop, actually. I mean, I have a really old one, but I think I lost the charger for it a long time ago. So it's dead and has been for years. But it could be quite useful for just doing some ogre killing while I'm on the move. Whenever I'm laying in bed, I'm always tempted to kill some ogres on mobile, but I'm like, man, if I got the drop while on mobile, I don't think I could forgive myself, man. real trick's that my ultra wide is my primary monitor, and so I need to actually reduce the size of games to 16:9 because Twitch can't stream in ultra wide. Yeah, that's a good point. So does it go like right in the middle of your primary monitor then? Like when you set it to 16:9, is it like just in the middle of your wide monitor and then you have like gaps either side? Because that would be quite useful. That would be quite useful. Like if I could have OSRS in the middle of an ultra wide monitor and then have like the chats either side or whatever, that would be quite cool. Kill it on mobile and use a screen recorder. I could do that. I could do that. If all goes well, it goes in the middle with gaps to the side, yes. See, that does sound quite good. Oh, I just finished your entire YouTube discography. And gotta say, man, your content is fire. Rowan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Huge compliments. I honestly, thank you. Thank you. Improvements to come, for sure. Improvements to come. Yeah, I sat down the other day, pen and paper, and I kind of wrote down everything, literally everything, that I think I could do to improve my content. Some of it might not be feasible right now in terms of time, ability, editing skills, whatever. There were various things that like maybe I can't do right at this moment, but eventually I want to get to. But essentially I've got this huge list of things that I know that I could do to improve my content. Because without a list, it's very difficult when I'm editing a video or whatever. It's very difficult to just be like, okay, how can I make this better? You know? But now that I have a physical list, it's like I can edit a video and then run through the list and be like, okay, did I do these things? How can I improve this? Rather than just having a like good enough mindset. Because I'll be straight up. I feel like I've somewhat had that mindset for like maybe the last few videos now, where I'll edit it to the standard that I kind of typically do, and then I just treat it as done. Like it's edited now, it's put together, the progression of the video makes sense, it's done. But I definitely could get to that stage and then go back over and be like, okay, let's add this, let's change this, let's cut this part out, let's make sure that the audio levels are right, let's make sure there's music in the background, let's, you know, whatever it may be. There's a lot I can do, and I want to, from here on, start focusing on that and really putting a bit more care and attention into it. And you could, there's a limit, of course. Otherwise, you could literally just be in the editing software for like a month and constantly finding things to add. There has to be some kind of limit where you're like, okay, this is done now. But yeah, good enough is not good enough. It's basically the motto I'm trying to run by here. That's the best mindset to have, bro. Hella dedicated. I think the ideas and execution are doing great, though. Thank you so much, Rowan. Yeah. It feels good. You know, I took a little break, took about a week, and I feel this resurgence of energy. And as I said earlier, having watched some other creators over the last week has really boosted my motivation and given me new inspiration and stuff like that. So it's good. Perfect is the enemy of good, but if you're not improving, you're stagnating. Finding a balance is a lot of work. Exactly right, Green Team. Exactly right. I couldn't ever use my ultra wide as a primary monitor. Ultra wide is my rarely used, just extra stuff monitor. That's where I put OBS or whatever. I mean, that could also be good if I had an ultra wide as my secondary monitor, and then I could literally fit OBS, the chat, YouTube and Twitch would be open over there just to make sure everything's running. What else would I put over there? Spotify. Just the stuff that I don't really need to click on too much would go over there. And then I've got my primary monitor, which is the game. And then on my tertiary monitor, I guess, would be things like ChatGPT, things that I do need to go over there and click and mess around with. That's kind of the idea. Redelivers. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Poke Clicker and RuneScape OneChunk have one thing in common: time scaling. I don't know what Poke Clicker is, Devin. To be fair, after I got the 3440 by 1440, I mostly used that for all games but RuneScape. I'm trying to picture that ultra-wide monitor in my mind, and it sounds crazy. What's the aspect ratio of that? What was it, 5440 by 1440 or something? What would that be? Is that like 32 by 9 or something? Oh, it is 32 by 9. Look at me. The genius over here. Oh, what would be actually really cool would be having, I don't know how feasible this would be, but if I had my two monitors, if I had it now, as I have it now, and then I had the 32 by 9 above, so like kind of like the triangle setup that X was talking about, but it would be like a massive square basically. Oh, that's what you have, X. You'll have to send me a picture or something. Oh, it's in general? Perfect. I'll check it out. So when are you getting another dog, X? Is the wife listening right now? Can I, like, do some coercion here? When I get back to Australia, I'm going to use the ultra-wide as a racing sim screen. That would be so cool. Always wanted a racing sim. Like, always wanted one. It's the kind of thing that I don't think I would ever invest in. I don't know if I, you know, would really justify the cost for it. I know you can do a pretty budget setup, but I'm kind of weird where when I'm buying something, I have to buy like the best thing. So like, yeah, you can probably get a steering wheel for like $100, but I'd be looking at these like $800 steering wheels. I just don't know. I don't know. Speaking of steering wheels, I haven't spoke about Trackmania at all yet this stream. We're like almost 2 hours in and I haven't even mentioned Trackmania. Did anyone watch the Red Bull Faster tournament? if anyone has, let me know. 25k driving sim to play RuneScape on. Yeah, that's the sailing meta. She's napping. Fortunately, I'm safe. Trackmania on Saturday? That would be cool. Saturdays is gonna be... there's a lot going on with the whole Saturday thing. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to figure out. I have an idea for what Saturdays are gonna look like going forward. So if you're unaware of the streaming schedule, Saturdays are for other games. Saturdays are essentially my RuneScape day off. That's how I see it. I don't edit RuneScape videos on Saturday. I don't play RuneScape on Saturday. I don't stream RuneScape on Saturday. It's a day off from RuneScape. So we play other games on Saturdays. That is going to be up and running soon. And I have ideas. That being said, that's where I was going with that. I paused because I was like, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, that being said, this Saturday, I was going to say likely. I'm just going to commit and say there won't be a stream this Saturday, purely because I get the puppy on Saturday morning, and there's going to be a lot in terms of, you know, settling the puppy in, making sure everything's all good. You know, there's going to be a lot going on Saturday for me. So unfortunately, the Saturday stream will be delayed by yet another week. Next Saturday, though, we will be up and running with that, 100%. 100%. And it also gives me time to figure out the ideas. The idea is formed already. There's just a lot to set up. There's a lot to set up. And I'll put a link in here now. That is the command, right? There's a link to the channel that Saturday's streams will be on. So if it comes around to next Saturday and you're looking at the Blue YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, and you're like, where's the stream? Blue said he was going to be streaming today. That's where you'll find it. Feeling Blue. Check it out. Drop a sub. Get in there early. I would really appreciate it. Of course, the channel will not be monetized. I will be streaming here on Twitch as well on this channel. Don't worry about that. But if you're a YouTube watcher, that's where you need to be. Feeling Blue. And there will be content posted on there as well. Actual edited videos posted on there. So even if you're a Twitch viewer, you should check it out. But yes, that's where the streams will be. The channel will not be monetized for a very long time. So more for funsies. Yeah, X is an insider. I had to tell the idea to someone. I had to get the idea out to somebody, and X was the man for that. It's gonna be fun, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, I've got a green banana on Twitch now? That's sick. Apparently I'm a 2-month sub. How does that work? How am I a subscriber of my own Twitch channel? Where's Desan today? These are the important questions. I was thinking, like, man, it's been awfully quiet down here with the Ogres today. How did X get into the position he's in? You make it sound like he's the president of the channel or something. Just by being an absolute legend, to be honest. There's no word to describe it. The guy has helped out tremendously. Yeah, more or less, Crash. More or less. I think probably yes, actually. I can't really remember when my first stream was, to be honest, but yeah, I think so. And anything you see in the Discord, like, basically anything that you see in the Discord will have been done by X. Like, he's set up everything. He's incredibly talented. And just a generally nice guy. He's helping out of his own accord. We're blessed to have him around. Just a straight G, exactly. Exactly right. And a Discord to post my kneading cat. Excellent, Devin. I look forward to seeing it. I'll check that out after the stream. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. I see no curve bone yet. No, not yet, Chris. Not yet. We've got to be close, though. I know that's not how statistics and probabilities work, but I still have this confidence that we'll get it before the drop rate. You know, I just feel it. I feel it. Thanks for the sub log. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Casey, yeah, you got it. Just under the map. We're also live on Twitch, if anyone prefers. I always like to mention that. Sometimes people don't realize. We're on Twitch and YouTube, as always. It doesn't make any difference to me. You can take your pick, whatever your platform of choice is. They're both the same, other than the fact that Twitch has some early 2000s punk, rock, whatever you want to call it, music. And YouTube has generic, copyright-free, whatever you want to call it. How much do the sandwiches heal? They heal 6. They heal 6. It's quite a nice food to just have unlimited access to, honestly. Quite nice. I've said it before, we're like very blessed in this chunk to have various things. This grind is obviously a little bit rough. It's slow, the kills are slow, the ogres hit pretty hard, whatever. And the KC is obviously, the drop rate is huge. We're so lucky in the fact that we have an altar to just infinitely restore our prayer. And we have Gummy, who gives us infinite 6 heal sandwiches. Like, without those two things, this grind would be terrible. Absolutely terrible. If I didn't have food or prayer in this chunk, I don't know what we would do. I would literally have to kill, like, 2 or 3 ogres, let my health restore, and go again. It would be next to impossible. We're very lucky. Started seeing your journey about a week ago. Absolutely love it and best wishes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Step. Not stroking my ego or anything, but I also run log hunters. Oh, sorry, you're replying to Crash. Just reading out your chats here. I know a good new content creator when I see one and Blue is one. Look at us, X, just, you know, complimenting each other out here. Can you show your chunker on the map or something? Your chunks you have? I can absolutely do that. Give me a second, I'll kill this ogre and I will show you. In an alternative universe where you didn't have food or prey, you'd have gotten the curved bone on 7 KC. Honestly, probably. Probably. Oh, that's true. I would have had the rat meat, Ben. Oh, I guess I could have, like, combined those grinds in a sense. I could have, like, got an inventory of rat meat, then come and killed a bunch of ogres until I run out of rat meat, and then go back to get more rat meat. I could have done that. But again, that just sounds painful, no? Is this actually a best in slot weapon? It is. It is my best in slot weapon, which is a little depressing, but this is the best in slot. It's as good as it gets. Map. Do I have the plugin enabled? That's the first question. I do not. Isn't that lovely? What's it called? Region locker. There you go. I need to set it so that it's like, for this account, it's always on. I just haven't done that. All right, here's the surface. We started right here at the Tower of Life, or Tower of Blue, as I expect everyone to call it. That's where we started. It was a pretty easy chunk. Didn't take too long. And then we rolled into the monastery, and that's where we are now. So there were a bunch of grinds to do here. The 2 quests are obviously very easy, but it was quite cool that we could do them both here. I like that. 58 cooking was a requirement, so we did that by killing rats in this clock tower dungeon. And in the clock tower dungeon, which is where I am at this moment in time, are these ogres. The 1 in 5,000 curved bone, that's what we're working on. That's where we're at. That's where we're at, and it's where we'll be for quite some time, I would assume. Or maybe not, I don't know. We're getting near the drop rate, so who knows? Have you thought about what chunks you want next? I've had like a brief look into it, Log, yeah. I've had a brief look into it. I would quite like to roll into RD next. I think just in terms of the fact that there's a lot to do. I think it would be the most interesting chunk to roll into. But there's also a lot of scary stuff. I mean, there's scary stuff everywhere. Northeast, southwest, it's all terrifying. But, you know, that's just the way of a OneChunk account. But yeah, I think Ardy would be cool. I'm excited to get into the thieving grind. Basically, once I get Ardy Knights, I've got like infinite money, essentially. So that's nice. Slow, but it is theoretically infinite money, so that's cool. And then north of that is the farming patches, which I'm also quite looking forward to just farming for no reason. It doesn't really do much for me. You know, unlocking Herblore is probably years away, so it's not like super useful, but I just think it'd be quite cool to... I've got all these seeds now. I'm looking forward to just getting them planted, you know? And for a bank, exactly. Exactly for a bank. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. We have no access to a bank, if you didn't notice when I was showing you those chunks. So we've been an Ultimate Ironman since the account's inception. So having a bank would be lovely. You're going to try and get nominated for any awards next year after seeing so many successful newcomers from YouTube this year? I don't really... I'm not really... It's not my focus, put it that way. It's not my focus. I don't think I would like really push too hard for it or anything. I'm not going to be like shilling for it in videos or whatever when the nominations come around. It would be cool though. But I think the awards should be more of a reflection of what I've done and achieved rather than like how hard can I push it, you know? So it's not my focus. But it is really cool to see so many new creators coming in. I think there's always this myth that, and it's a trap I've fallen into as well in my own mind, but there's a myth where like, oh, it's too late, you know, it's too late to start this stuff. And that myth has been around since like 2010, honestly, man. Like if you look at people who discuss YouTube 10, 15 years ago, they'll all say like, you know, we should have got on the boat earlier. Like a lot of the ideas have been covered now. There are so many big creators out there now. It's really hard for a new creator to be discovered now. The pond is too big, essentially. Too many fish in the ocean or whatever. But it's just not true. It's just not true. You can start anytime. You can start at any time. I like to think that I'm somewhat living proof of that. But at the end of the day, you just got to enjoy what you're doing, man. And I do. I love this. It's so good. It's so much fun. You need 2 chunks for the bank, though? No. Oh, yeah, sorry. Step has responded to you already. And there's also Fishing Trawler just south as well, which has a bank at Port Khazard. Currently sitting. I feel like I do most of my stream standing, but went for a little sit today. You thinking of trying a OneChunk log? You should give it a go, man. You should give it a try. I was talking to someone about this in... Whose Discord was it? I think it was in Josh. It was in Josh's Discord. And there was someone else that was thinking about just starting a OneChunk for fun. And realistically, my only advice would be is if you are literally just doing it for fun, just maybe don't be super strict with your like chunk requirements, you know? You don't need to make it supreme or extreme or whatever. As long as it's fun for you. It's a really fun way to explore the game. So you don't want to be stuck in a chunk for like 6 months if you're just doing it for fun, you know? You could even do something where it's like you have to kill one of every monster in a chunk. Or, you know, collect every item in a chunk. Oh my god, my heart dropped again. It happens every time. My heart literally skips a beat. I'm gonna have a heart attack playing this account, I'm telling you, man. Every time that happens, it freaks me out. Oh, brutal. And that's just another inventory slot gone as well, which is even more annoying. It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm also very picky about how I order my inventory, so I have to like drag it around like this. Even though I think I just messed it up somewhere, but that's fine. Snapdragons, Renatas, Quam, that'll do. Close enough. Close enough. Oh, yeah. Ah, what can you do? Every time, I know. Honestly, it got me too. My heart skipped. Sad is right, Yickety. I treat it like D&D campaign and roll a d6 to see how many tasks I have to complete to roll another chunk. That's a really cool idea, Log. I like that a lot. There are so many unique ideas that you can come up with. It's very easy to get in the mindset of like everything's been done before. Kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, it's very easy to be like, oh, well, all the good ideas have been taken, but it's not true. Like, you can literally come up with new ideas all the time. And I think it was a Ludwig video. I think Ludwig did a video like years ago on like how to start a YouTube channel or something, whatever it was called. And he coined the phrase yoink and twist, right? So you just taking an idea that's already out there and is already popular and is already successful and just twisting it. Just put your own twist on it. And that's a great example of that. I'm not saying you're doing it for content, but you know. Which is like kind of what I tried to do here, where I'm doing a OneChunk, but I've introduced this block system. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't like completely change the way a OneChunk works. It's very much similar, but yeah. My rules for my chunk man is that I set a reasonable limit for every task, but I have to make some progress towards what the website wants me to achieve every time I unlock a new chunk. Yeah, I like that as well. That makes a lot of sense. I like the idea of trying to kill one of every monster in a chunk. I don't know what else you could do, really. I remember when Settled started his Tile Man series, and I genuinely thought the end goal was going to be to unlock every single tile in the game. I can't remember what the numbers were, but I tried to calculate how much XP he would need for every single tile in the game. it was a lot, but theoretically doable, I suppose. I did my own twist as well. I play OSRS and RS3 at the same time with the same chunks. That's really cool, actually. How does that work when you like come across a chunk that doesn't correlate perfectly with OSRS? Out of curiosity. Or does it correlate for the most part? I don't know what the differences in the world map are between OSRS and RS3. But that's really unique. I like that. Combat stats are looking like this. Nothing crazy. It's surprising how little combat XP you actually get from this grind. Maybe it's not surprising, but in my mind when I started this grind, I'd be like mid-80 combat stats by now. But the reality is you just don't hit very often. It's just 1s and 2s and 5s. Even a 6 is like not that great. It's just not a lot of XP. It's a little bit sad. Improvise. I started in Drain of Mana, so it's mostly the same. Yeah, that makes sense. That's really cool, though. I like that. And did you say you do make content on it, Turtle? Or you're going to? Or what's the situation there? Because I'd be down to check it out. And if you do make content, by the way, and this applies to anybody, in the Discord, again, !Discord if you're not already in, there is a content creators channel, so feel free to post your stuff in there, man. If you make videos, if you stream, if you whatever it is, post it in there. Shamelessly self-plug your content. Exactly, man. Sharing's caring, right? Sharing's caring. The way I've always seen it is like, it's not so much competition. It's not like, you know, I'm competing with all the other OSRS creators. That's not really how I see it, especially with the OneChunk accounts where uploads are so sporadic anyway. It's not like it's daily uploads where I'm physically competing for your time. You know, the way I see it is like, the more people are on board with the content, the bigger the pie is, right? You know? You can share your piece of the pie to make the pie bigger, and then your piece becomes bigger. Does that make sense? I like analogies. It helps me visualize things a little bit. We're a community, exactly. Exactly right. I shamelessly plug 24/7, and so you should, Yickety, man. Your stuff is good, man. Your lyrics are great. I love listening to those. I'm almost more excited to join clan chat because it seems like Ironman family. Yeah, absolutely. I love the clan chat. I love it. It'll grow over time, but no, it's really cool. It's nice to hop on and kill some ogres and just like have people in here. Feels less lonely, you know. If anyone wants to join the clan chat, by the way, it's blue OSRS, all one word, !CC for details. Join on in. I can add you as a member, no problem. Can you think of any interesting starting zones you haven't seen? I mean, a lot of the major cities I think people have started in. Where would be interesting? See, it's tough because a lot of the interesting places that I can think of are like quest locked or requirement locked, so you'd have to start the series out or the account at like a later level. My mind jumped to Fossil Island for some reason. My mind jumped to Fossil Island. I don't know if I've seen that. It could well have been done before, but I think Fossil Island would be quite a cool place to start. I'll open up the applications actually, just in case anyone wants to join. 1 second. No, there's no way though. There's no way. I'm so done, man. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I don't have the space for all of this. This is insanity. What was that, like 5 kills between longbones? It's toying with me, man. Seriously. I have 8 in the inventory right now. And where is Leo? Come on, Leo, man. Hook it up over here. Aye. Oh, hang on, let me... That shouldn't have doxed me, I don't know. If it did, it did. Right, applicants. Invite applications. All right, on world 491, applications are open. You guys are welcome to apply and join if you wish to do so. I'm going to run to the bathroom and cry about the longbone. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. It was 10 kills. That's so crazy, man. It's so annoying. What can you do? What can you do? That's 10. Actually, you know what? As annoying as it is, it makes a lot of sense. We are now at 10 long bones at 4,074 KC. So, like, pretty much bang on drop rate for long bones. Maybe that means we'll be bang on drop rate for curved bones. Right? Opium? X, you're not going to get me with that. And I'm glad no one got on board with it either. I'm always a little bit fearful of that, though. You got this? I hope so, man. I hope so. We'll get it eventually. It's just a matter of time. It's not a particularly difficult grind. There's, you know, it is what it is. It's just time. That's all it is. Man's got wall hacks, clicking the altar through the walls. If that's not an indication of how long I've been doing this and I know exactly where the altar is and exactly where to click, I don't know what is. I love the absolute niche, useless info that you get from playing these accounts. When I was killing the dungeon rats, I realized this is going to be a little difficult to explain without showing you. Basically, so an imp occupies one tile on the floor. It's one tile big, essentially. The dungeon rats are 4 tiles big, so they occupy 4 tiles on the map. And I realized that they always drop their loot. I'm going to get it wrong now. I'm going to say this and get it wrong. If we have a look, right? So this dungeon rat here is 4 tiles wide. Kind of like mark the tiles. Yeah. Don't move, rat. They're 4 tiles wide, and they always drop the loot on the most southwestern. I'm pretty sure it was southwestern. Maybe it was northwestern, actually. I'm forgetting. But they always drop the loot on one of these 2 tiles. And I remembered that while I was doing the grind. It's southwest? Okay. Yeah. Gargoyles do the same thing. I didn't know that until I started doing this, like, rat killing grind. And I was like, oh, now I just know. And it made my life much easier. Which I found quite interesting. But it's like, I probably wouldn't have ever learned that without doing something so stupid as killing 7,500 dungeon rats, but you know, it's always on the most southwest tile. Okay, that makes sense. How do you guys know that? where did you guys get that information from? There you go, Ben. You learned something today. It's just not... I've played RuneScape for 20 years. Yeah, it's just not something I ever, like, paid attention to, I guess. Until I was doing that grind in such a tight space, and I was like, okay. Now I know exactly where this loot's gonna drop. Easy. A cat says hi. Well, hello, Mr. Kitty. I think the coolest thing I've learned is the chests in the maze event. Yeah, I haven't utilized that at all yet, actually, Log. I'm yet to do that. I don't know if I want to. It sounds kind of brain rot. He says, killing 4,000 ogres with a steel spear and a blue wizard hat. Maybe I'm in no position to call things brain rot at this point. Man, this inventory's gonna kill me, man. But I'm so committed to collecting the long bones now. I want to keep them. They are useless. I have no reason to keep them other than I just want them. We'll get Leo soon. Where are we at with random events? Next event in 2 minutes, approximately. Is that correct? I think so. I mean, it's obviously not like fully accurate, but like it could be. That's its estimation. What are the long bones for? So once you get to, I always get this wrong, it's Dorgish Khan, I'm pretty sure, the goblin place. You can trade them in for some construction XP. That's it. You get a small amount of construction XP for trading them in. It's essentially useless. I mean, getting to Dorgish Khan is just a monstrous task anyway. It's so far away. But even if you could access it, it's like, what's the point, man? Medal of Honor for every non-curve bone, exactly. I just want, I envision having a bank tab when I eventually get to a bank that is just like a bit like a museum for the account, you know? It's like, I'll have like 10 long bones in there, or more, I guess. But, you know, I'll have a bunch of long bones. I'll have the curved bone will be in there. Potentially a smoldering stone if we ever have to do that. What else would be in there? Marks of Grace. I don't know. Random stuff like that where I can look back at that bank tab and be like, oh yeah, remember when I spent 200 hours killing ogres? That was fun, right? That's pretty dope, actually. I like that idea. Right? We can do like a bank review in 5 years' time and reminisce on all those moments, and I'll insert clips of the various things. I think it would be pretty cool. Smoldering stone grind sounds awful without a decent weapon. It sounds terrible without a decent weapon. It sounds terrible with a decent weapon. I kind of really want the dragon spear. It's obviously wildly unlikely, but I think a dragon spear would be kind of sick. Remember juggling all those long bones? Right? These are the memories, right? These are the memories that we'll have. What's your favorite skill to train in general? You're not gonna like this. How do I say your name? Is it Loik? That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm sorry if it's wrong. In general, your name is sick, by the way. Loik van Quickenborn. That's amazing. I love it. Yeah, you're not gonna like this. My favorite skill to train is agility. Love it. I thoroughly enjoy agility. I do. I don't get the hate. I think it's unwarranted. And I will fight for agility any day. Blue, if you had one skip and had to choose to block Smoldering Stone or Draconic Vizzy, which would you block? Stone is 1 in 32k, faster kills. Vizzy is 1 in 10k, much slower kills and more danger. It is such a tough call, isn't it? It's such a tough call. What? Oh man. See, I value the faster kills of the Hellhounds. I think it would be way more chill. But purely on the fact that the Hellhounds drop nothing. Like, you get the occasional hard clue, but the odds of me being able to do any hard clues is wildly unlikely. So that's kind of irrelevant. Whereas the dragons, you can actually get some reasonably decent stuff. Alkables, that kind of thing. Oh man, that's a really tough one. Honestly, it could just be a coin flip at that point. Could just be a coin flip. As Log says, yeah, it kind of depends on the weapon as well, and like where the account's at that point. Agility feels good to train because I know for each level I'm making the rest of the game easier. Exactly true, Tumnus. Exactly true. Good point. And this inventory is savage. If you have access to mage supplies, I'd get dragons. I'd get dragons that do dragons. Yeah, that's true. You know, that is true. What are you putting your lamps into? Currently putting them into Hunter. I did kind of like quickly run through all of the skills. I didn't give it like a huge amount of thought, to be honest. But I had a quick run through a lot of the skills, and I was like, I don't know if any of the other skills like are that useful to me until I unlock other chunks that make them useful. Whereas Hunter, like, there are obviously the randomly spawning implings kind of all over the place, so that actually has some kind of purpose. The only other option, as you say, Log, the only other option is Slayer. But again, just don't know if that's like hugely useful to me. So I think lamping Hunter up to 27 or 28, whatever it is, for baby implings, and then after that I'll switch over to Slayer. I think that's the play. $27, is it? Yeah, I think Hunter to 27. And then, yeah, switch over to Slayer from there. It's probably the way to go. And possibly to an agility shortcut. Like, to put them into agility, is that what you're saying? My fear about... Okay, let me do some map looking. So my fear with putting them in agility, and the reason I don't know if I should put them in agility. These are our chunks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the rollable chunks. This one isn't rollable because, you know, I can't swim across the ocean, fortunately. I want Ardy. I think it'll be cool. I just think it'll be a nice chunk. Now, the fear of Ardy is it has the Ardy rooftop course, which is a level 90 agility requirement. Kinda nuts. Kinda nuts. Now, if I rolled this chunk right now, 90 agility would not be a task because I have no way of training agility. Like, I don't have an agility training method. So I would have to roll some way of training agility. Now, the ideal is like Seer's Village, but then I would have to try and get 60, or what is this? Yeah, 60 agility to be able to do this course. So I don't even know how we would do that. Basically, it's going to be the second we get an agility shortcut that gives XP, this will become a task. Now, if the agility shortcut has like a skill requirement of 5 agility to do, then we would have to do it. Oh, sorry. We still wouldn't have to do it because we wouldn't have 5 agility. Does that make sense? So if I lamp agility, the log's 33. Okay, so to my point, if I lamped agility up to 33 and unlocked the log, yeah, it is 33, then this would become a task just from doing the log. So by actively not lamping agility, I'm preventing this from becoming a task. Does that make sense? I feel like I explained that quite poorly, but yeah. If I lamp up to 33, then this becomes an available task, which is absolutely terrifying. If I keep my agility at level 1, then I get to avoid all of that. Is kind of the point, or what I'm saying. Yeah, hopefully that makes some sense. I don't know if that's cheap. I don't know if that's like a little bit weaselly, but yeah. Ideally, we get to the gnome stronghold, of course. That's kind of the hope. which isn't like super unrealistic. I'm probably gonna die while I'm trying to look at this. Yeah, it's only up here. It's not like wildly unrealistic that we make it over here. So you never know, right? But I would love that. That would be nice. Or Brimhaven, yeah. Brimhaven's also very possible because we will unlock charter ships, of course, if we get to Port Khazad, which is literally the next chunk south. So, also very possible. We have options in terms of agility, for sure. Maybe not very good ones, but options nonetheless. Yeah, Brimhaven's not bad. It's not bad. What's the XP rate at Brimhaven? Like 40k, something like that? I've not really done a lot of Brimhaven, even on my main, to be honest. What are the rewards actually from Brimhaven? I know you get like, because you get the agility tickets, which you can cash in for agility XP, right? And then there's the like collection log stuff, like the graceful kit, the hook and stuff like that. But are there any like not consumable, but are there any like useful items you can get from there? Like, for example, can you get like rune arrows or something like you can get from LMS? Like, is there useful stuff like that? Code flax? Interesting. Oh, is it just herbs? Okay. Maybe that's not like super useful then. If there was like arrows or something, that would be sick. But yeah, herbs, I mean, could be useful, I guess. God, imagine I had to get 99 herb lore by doing Brimhaven agility. I mean, I wouldn't be too upset. Which, man, I keep checking the map now, sorry. I just want to see what chunk the agility course falls into. Oh, it's just outside of this chunk. I was hoping it would be like in this chunk. Because I just heard the damn dwarf. I heard him whistling in my ear. That's so upsetting. We've literally had the last, I know you can't see this. The last 5 random events we've had, 3 of them have been drunken dwarfs. That is savage. So from most recent to least recent, we've had Drunken Dwarf, Posty Pete, Drill Sergeant, Drunken Dwarf, Freaky Forester, Evil Bob, Captain Arnav, Sandwich Lady, and Rick Turpentine. If you've seen my tier list of random events, that's terrible. Like, most of those are ones that we just don't care about. Not good. Oh, you can get up to 60k agility an hour at 90 agility. That's kind of sick, actually. Oh, man. Realistically, in a not too large period of time, we could be staring down the barrel of 99 agility. Like, it's actually feasible. Spam AI Cape videos, please. I will be putting one out at the end of this week on Spaghetti. One will be coming soon. It took if you're unaware, I mean, I only really posted it in the Discord. I did take like a bit of a break, maybe a week or so. So I am a little bit behind on uploads and streams and things like that. So apologies for that. But yeah, back end of this week. We're back on the content train now. So back end of this week, AI Cape episode 8 will be out. I'm always a little skeptical of the wiki's XP per hour rates log. I remember the wiki saying you could get like 95 KXP an hour at Hallowed Sepulchre or something, and I tried my hardest to play like peak efficiency at Hallowed Sepulchre at like 95 agility and couldn't get anywhere near that. So episode tonight, you say? Unfortunately not tonight, no, but soon. Soon. I'm debating making it quite a long episode, so it might take me a little longer to make, but I might make it quite a long one just in an attempt to catch it up to where the streams are, because the videos are like a little bit behind right now. So if I can just make a bigger, more content-filled episode just to catch it back up, I think that would be good. I think that would be good. I think the series will blow up your channel if it hits the spot like Alien. Oh, it hits the spot like Alien Food Unguided. Dude, thank you so much. That's a huge compliment. Thank you. You prefer this? Do you prefer the AI Cape series or this series? I've said this before, but it would be like trying to pick between, you know, my two kids, of which I don't have any kids, but you know, you get the reference. I couldn't say, honestly, I couldn't say. I enjoy them both in very different ways. AI Cape is so much fun because it's like there's a lot of things happening all at once, like a lot of different activities going on. You're constantly doing something new. With this series, it's like you're stuck in the same grind for a long period of time. I enjoy them both in different ways. I love them both. You don't have kids, does that mean I can call you daddy? Call me whatever you want, Yickety man. Whatever you want. What? Oh, sorry, Turtle, I didn't see your message. What episode was the argument with ChatGPT? I think that was the last episode, so that was episode 7, I believe. Are you sure this isn't RS3? Rip Yickety. Man, Yickety's just getting in trouble wherever he goes right now. He's in trouble in the Discord, he's in trouble in Twitch chat. Have you considered that the curved bone doesn't exist in this private server? I need to show my GF. She uses ChatGPT for a lot of coding and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe she can give some advice on how to word things with ChatGPT. There are a lot of people in the comments actually giving me advice on that kind of thing. It was a pleasure finally catching one of your streams. Hopefully the curve bone, the curveball comes in. Hopefully. Yes, thanks for stopping by, Step. I appreciate it. Nice to meet you. Look like a fan of Diablo 2 for some reason. What an interesting observation. I like Diablo 3. I've never played Diablo 2, actually. I played Diablo 3, though, literally on console. That's how, like, basic it was. I played it on the Xbox. I think it was, like, free with Game Pass or something one time, and I played it. I did really enjoy it. It was good fun. My brain's not really cut out for that kind of thing, though. Whenever I've got to, like, build a character, I always make the wrong choices, like put skill points in the wrong thing, or I'm using the wrong gear or whatever. I'm kind of bad at that. I like have to use a guide. It's the same when I used to play Hearthstone as well, which I actually was playing the other day. I was playing some Hearthstone the other day. It's a totally different game now. It's crazy. But yeah, I kind of like have to use other people's decks. I can't, my brain doesn't work like that. I can't build my own decks. It's, I don't know. I've tried many, many, many times, and it's just never right. That's why you look up a guide. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just, I'm always like a little bit sad about it though, you know? I wish I had the ability to like not have to use a guide. I wish I was smart enough to, you know, just be able to do these things myself, but I don't know. I just can't. Yeah, I'm the exact same Tumnus. And if I make a mistake once, I have to start again. I was even just the same on like Skyrim, which even doesn't matter as much, but like, yeah, if I was trying to build like a sneak archer build and I accidentally got heavy armor skill points or something, like I got levels in heavy armor, I'd be like, I want to restart the account now. It's not clean anymore. Blue reading YouTube chat, ignoring Twitch chat, and burning to the ground. Sorry, Twitch chat. How's the revolution going? Nothing to see here. Yikity's the leader? Is that what's been decided here? That's crazy. I saw he was gonna call me daddy. That's all I saw. Which I don't know. Maybe a little uncomfortable. I played through the early game of Skyrim probably about 20 times. I haven't ever made actual progress. I would love to know how many hours of Skyrim I've got. It's got to be hundreds and hundreds for sure. It's one of those games that I just cycle. Like, I'll pick it up. I could pick it up tomorrow, play it for like 3 months straight, and then put it down and not touch it for a year.
Yes, I am the leader of the Twitch chat. Bo before me. Is this voice to chat? If so, daddy 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 daddy.
And we wonder why you got timed out. Yakety, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Huge. I kind of forgot that was a thing, to be honest. I forgot there was an actual, like, donate button. I was confused at first. I was like, what is this? Thank you, man. Huge. Twitch ain't getting none of that revenue from that one. That one's direct to me. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm upset with how full my inventory is now. It's not great. It's not great. I could sacrifice some seeds. To be honest, there's not a huge point in me even collecting some of these. The herb seeds I will keep almost certainly, just because, you know, be nice. Watermelon seeds, I don't really know why I'm collecting these, to be honest. The limpwort seeds, I mean, they're kind of useful, I suppose. And the snake grass seeds I just collected because they were valuable, but thing is, once I unlock the farming patch, there's a farmer there anyway that I can pickpocket. So, strictly speaking, I don't really need any of these seeds. You know what you need to help with your inventory? Another long bone. Yeah, ideally not. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Grind is going well, yeah. As well as can be expected. I don't really know what quantifies as, like, the grind going well. I mean, we haven't got the curved bone, so you could say the grind's going poorly, but I don't know. We're making progress. We're chilling. We're doing all right. You assume that you'll unlock that patch and not another one that doesn't have a master farmer nearby. Exactly. That's true as well. That is true as well. Tuning in between meeting just in case I catch the epic drop live. Thanks for swinging by, Cam. Cam, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, hopefully. I hope your meeting's going well. So much easier to prayer flick when I actually look at the screen. Funny how that works. I'm so, like, I wouldn't say I'm used to it, but it's this six tick attack speed from the Ogres is being, like, drilled into me that when I eventually move on to something that has a 4 tick attack speed, I'm gonna be screwed, man. X, we need to do, what's it called? We need to do Jackbox games soon. We should do that. We should, like, plan a date that at least the 2 of us are available, and then we can, like, announce it for whoever's around or whatever. But that would honestly be sick. Like, just in Discord, not on stream or anything. It would just be a in Discord thing. I don't know that I can trust you guys to put stream-friendly responses. Yeah, let's get a day sorted where, you know, everyone's available. We can jump on and do some of that stuff. I can already imagine some of the Quiplash responses. I just discovered this was running and joined just in time to see you see the... Oh my god, I'm having a stroke here. See you drop the bone. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm a trustable person. You've got a bit of a track record right now, Yickety. I don't know. Another day of work over? Hell yeah, Ben. That's awesome. Got any big plans tonight, or is it just chill now? How many curved bone references on Quiplash? There's going to be curved bone references, banana references. There'll be Desan references, I'm sure. I might be one of the vile responders. I think I might be as well, X. Yeah, you know, it's a one-way ticket to getting cancelled. It's Quiplash. Big plans, watch Ogre killing. Oh, there absolutely will be blue banana references, yes. Anonymous names. It's not a bad idea. What if I just make my name Desan, and then I can just blame him for all my responses? See if I can get one more kill before we restore prayer. But GF just told me to ask you to put this question to ChatGPT. Compare 8.9 to 8.11, which is bigger. Is that one of those things that it like consistently messes up? I love stuff like that. One more, maybe? Really clinging on to this one prayer point here. 11 is bigger than 9, so obviously 8.11. I assume that's probably the logic it takes, yeah. Oh, there goes that prayer point. I have seen where people like will convince ChatGPT of a certain thing, like telling it that like I saw one the other day. I forget what word it was, but let's say it was like banana, and they were like, "Oh, how many N's are in the word banana?" And it said 2, and then they responded like, "No, actually, there's 3 bananas. There's 3 N's in banana," and then ChatGPT would then become convinced that there was 3 N's in the word banana. It was like you can very easily like get it to believe. Just asked GPT 4.5 that question and it got it right. There you go. Maybe it's learning. That might have been the one I was thinking of, Strine. Yeah, that might be it. I think at some point, like probably now, honestly, I say at some point, I'm talking about right now, we need to commit to a model for the AI cape. Because we started on 4.0. Then we tried 0.1, and that's where we had the argument. And then very recently, we switched back to 4.0 again. And I think just in terms of consistency for the series and it not being confusing, we need to just commit. And maybe we do just commit to 4.0. Like, that's what we're using right now. It's what a lot of people have suggested. But yeah, just in terms of keeping this series more simplified, I think we need to just commit and be like, this is what we're going to use. It doesn't matter if there's another model that might work better. This is what we're doing, you know? Agree, stick with 4. I think so. It's the most interesting one, I think. 0.1 was really good, I found. Like, yes, we had the argument and it got stuck a little bit, but it was very good in terms of, like, guiding the account. We saw the most progress happen with 0.1, for sure. But I think 4 was just more fun. I don't know. Ask ChatGPT which model it prefers that you use for the series. That's interesting, actually. It's very fourth wall, isn't it? Pretty cool. Putting in all your responses into the versions would be interesting. That is true as well. Yeah, just kind of seeing the variations, I suppose. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, guys, that's where I'm going to end this one. I'm gonna kick it for the night. I'm gonna chill out. What was that, 3 hours? Not bad. Not bad. A nice little way to get things rolling again. Get the ball rolling again. I know. We rookie numbers. I know. No, we had a good little break. I say we. I did. I don't know if you guys had a good little break, but I had a good little break. It's nice to be back though, man. It's nice to be back. I'm pumped. But yeah, get yourself in the Discord. Swing on by. Have a chat with us. I'm going to speak to X and see if we can figure out a day that works for some Jackbox games if people are interested. And yeah, get your guests in the Discord and stuff. But guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys shortly, very soon. Friday, in fact. Friday we'll be back live. We'll be back live on Friday. I'll see you guys then. Take care, folks. Bye bye.